The Plainfield Shadow. How one man changed horror. Forever. In the winter of 1957, a quiet farmhouse in Plainfield, Wisconsin became the center of a story that would alter how America thinks about horror. The man who lived there, Ed Gein, had long been regarded as an odd neighbor. Withdrawn, haunted by the loss of his deeply religious mother and unable to move on from her influence. But when local authorities came looking for a missing store owner, what they discovered inside that farmhouse revealed a darkness far beyond strange. Though the full details shocked the world, what matters most is how the case blurred the line between ordinary life and unimaginable secrecy. Gein lived in isolation, yet carried a weight of obsessions and behaviors that no one around him could have predicted. His story left communities reeling. How could someone so seemingly quiet conceal something so disturbing? Hollywood, however, turned to Gein's legacy as fuel for imagination. Just 2 years later, Robert Bloch, living only a few towns away, penned Psycho. His fictional motel keeper, Norman Bates, echoed Gein's fixation with his mother and his hidden life behind closed doors. Alfred Hitchcock's 1960 film adaptation became a cultural earthquake, embedding Norman and the looming Bates Motel in cinema history. In 1974, Tobe Hooper's The Texas Chainsaw Massacre borrowed the atmosphere of Gein's farmhouse. Remote, unsettling, and filled with grotesque domestic touches. Leatherface, with his mask and his terrifying family, became a lasting symbol of how ordinary settings could conceal extraordinary horrors. Later, Thomas Harris's The Silence of the Lambs gave us Buffalo Bill, a character shaped by Gein's disturbing legacy. Unlike Leatherface or Norman Bates, Bill represented the psychological side of transformation, the chilling idea of trying to reinvent oneself through destructive means. Taken together, these three characters, Norman Bates, Leatherface, and Buffalo Bill, formed a cultural trinity of fear. Each highlighted a different part of Gein's story. Obsession with family, a twisted sense of home, and the desire to transform identity. Why does his story continue to captivate us? Perhaps because it forces us to look at the fragility of normalcy, the unsettling thought that the quiet neighbor, the isolated house, or the unassuming town might conceal hidden truths. The Plainfield farmhouse itself was torn down in 1958, but its shadow lives on. Every masked villain, every eerie farmhouse, every horror story where love turns into obsession owes something to Ed Gein's legacy. He passed away in 1984, but the characters he inspired still walk through our nightmares, reminding us that the scariest monsters are often the ones drawn from reality.